Alright, so now we can work on Dangai Ichigo here. Snag Ichigo. Put him in the lineup. I'll compare him to my other 21-star units here. I'll compare him there too. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. I need about 6,000 Jades, or 6,000 Omnis to finish him off, so come down here, by the way. Once again, 2 UR choice packs. Very, very nice. I need 6,000 for Ichigo. Alright, let's get to it. Checking out his numbers and everything just before we get started, so everybody can see his numbers. Pause the video or stream if you want to see his numbers. Let's go ahead and start up and everything. And then exactly 1440. Always so satisfying to see that. So there you go, 21-star Ichigo. Let's go ahead and grab him an extra 200 shards. Actually, let's go ahead and check out. Would I ever need you for anything? Defense? Not really. I don't really see a world that I'll ever need you, so he's done. Let's just do everything for Ichigo. Now we can work on, let's work on some Hones. So what we're looking for with Hones is we're looking for crit chance, crit strength, damage rate. Those are the big 3. We could look for block pierce, but we don't necessarily need that. We could look for like damage reduction. Don't really need that. Because again, with Ichigo, what we're looking for is just the early game burst. So, crit chance. And of course I need to have my translator up. Usually this works better for me on mobile because my Google translator is a lot better than their translator. So, nothing here. We're looking for crit chance. Boom, what is this? This is crit strength. So 5% crit strength is actually not bad. Let's put that right there. So let's rewind this just a little bit here. Sorry, there you go. Rewinding my stream here. So my stream, I have 22.2% crit strength on him to start. So now I have 27.15. So I do get the 5% crit strength, which is nice. But here's the thing. If I accept this, then I have to start paying 10. What is this? I'm using my Eisen for a Soy Phone War Soul to get more attack. Is it better to get attack percent or attack numbers after hitting 21-star? What gives more overall attack? So, not perfect. We'll talk about this since we're rolling Ichigo right now. So, as I was saying earlier, the reason why defense and skill specialty characters are so busted is because skill and defense characters benefit off of health and defense. Attack specialty characters benefit off of stats, crit chance, crit strength, damage rate. These are the numbers that help these units. Yes, base attack does help them out, but base attack only really helps out the units such as, which I have seen your characters, so you do have a 21-star Muramasa. So for you, you'd want to put on, for your Muramasa, you'd want to put on, make sure he has attack percent. Make sure he has 15%, I'm sorry, 15% attack. As you can see, mine's not super strong. Mine's only, whatever, 18-star. But you want that 15% attack on a unit like Muramasa because he scales really heavily off of attack percent. But for a character like Aizen, he's not gonna. I'm assuming you mean Anniversary Aizen, not both Aizens, I guess, in general. But the thing is with base Aizen, base Anniversary Aizen, he doesn't get that much from attack. You need him to crit. He has to crit. If Aizen does not crit, he essentially does 0 damage. Like, he'll do like what's a good number? He'll probably do around like maybe 2 mil or something like that, 3 mil. Actually, probably less than, maybe like 1.5 mil or something if he attacks and gets 0 crits. But if he attacks and crits, he does like 5 mil. So he needs to crit. If he doesn't crit, any unit he doesn't crit pretty much takes no damage, because most units will have the soul hall, such as most units will have the wrong soul hall. We'll have this soul hall right here. So every time they get attacked, they gain 11.5% of their missing HP back. So if you attack with Aizen, let's just say he does 1.5 mil, he doesn't crit. He does 1.5 mil to the entire enemy team, but then they gain 11.5% of it back because they would have a Sodeno or they would have a Ulquiorra soul hall. So, or if they have any other unit such as like Nell that gives them HP back or anything like that. So you need to make sure you crit with Aizen, and the just base attack damage is okay because he does get a little better attack off that, but you really want to make sure he has high prioritize crit chance. 100% you want a crit chance, prioritize crit chance. Like, again, I can tell somebody that's a noob or new to the game based on their war souls. And if I come over here and look at, let's look at Slacker, this guy. I look at him and I see, look at that, no crit chance. No crit chance. This guy right here, his Aizen is going to do 0 damage. This Aizen right here, Anniversary Aizen, he's going to do 0 damage. Yes, he's going to ignore whatever 60% of my defense, but that doesn't matter if he's doing whatever 75% less damage. So, yes, attack is good. It helps out a little bit. But this unit would, both of these units would be doing 100 times, well, not 100 times better, 75% better. They'd be doing 75% better if they had crit chance right here, as opposed to this right here, defense. So, yeah. I hope that answered your question in a very long form. I apologize. I kind of just run on and on and on and on. But yes, attack helps a little bit, but definitely prioritize base stats over, crit chance, crit damage, stuff like that over top of just attack. Like, as you can see, when I'm rolling these right here, I am not looking at this, like, you see how Ichigo gets attack here, life here, HP here, whatever. I'm not looking at this bottom stat at all. It's just, oh, cool, he rolled attack, sweet. But if it were somebody like Muramasa, because again, I know you have a 21-star Muramasa, if I rolled, oh, well, I guess that doesn't help. If I rolled like attack here and I'm like, oh, that's 3,000 or that's 1500 attack for Muramasa, I'd be like, that might be worth keeping. But if I roll it, it says if I roll it for like Aizen here, or I roll it for Ichigo here, and I see, oh look, attack. Okay, cool, attack. I want more crit chance or crit damage. I'm gonna reroll it. So, yeah. Anyways, I digress. Let's continue on here. Again, looking for crit chance and damage rate. I don't see any there. Let's keep on going. This is crit damage as well. Oh my gosh, more crit strength. Look at this. Another 6% crit strength. Wow. And 2% crit chance. Ooh, this is tempting here. So his base crit strength is 22, but I have it at 33 now. So when he crits, he's going to be doing an extra, like, 33% damage. So I guess I can keep that. Yeah, I know it rolled HP down here, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. I'd rather have 6% crit strength over 12k HP. Let's keep that, actually. But now that I see 5% here, but 6% here, it kind of makes me want to reroll this. I'm going to keep it, though. I'm going to keep it. See if I can get some crit chance. I really would like some crit chance. I can get some crit chance. Crit rate, 2% crit rate. Let's see. Block pierce chance, 2%. There's a 2% block pierce chance in here somewhere. There it is. I'd like more than 2% crit chance, so I'm going to reroll that. That is crit chance right there, I think. No, it's block pierce. What is this? Effect resistance. All right, reroll. Another 2.7% crit chance. Once again, reroll. Oh, look at this. Block rate. 4% block chance. Also, another thing, I forgot to mention this. If you're still here, Mist, you can get attack percent here or HP percent here. For a unit such as Muramasa, I would probably keep attack. I'd probably keep attack percent if you get it high enough. If you can get like a 4% attack strength roll here, I might keep this if I were you. But if you get like a blue or a purple attack, probably not. Because it doesn't, it scales differently than what you see here. Like here, I'll show you. So I have a 3% HP roll here. Let's screenshot this real quick. There you go. All right, so I have his HP screenshotted. It is 2. Oh, wow. Look at that. 2 5% attack rolls. Oh, dude, if you got that for Muramasa, you would be insane, bro. That would be nuts on Muramasa. Holy cow. Jeez. Too bad it's on Aizen. Which Aizen is that? Is that let's see. I could probably just look and tell just by the pictures. I think that's Anniversary Aizen, right? Yeah, it's Anniversary Aizen. Yeah, dude. Oh. That hurts, dude. Oh no, that is Muramasa. Holy cow. Yeah, that is a lot of damage, dude. I bet when your Muramasa ticks, for his I forgot what the ability's called. I don't think they have it translated correctly either. Rebellion. When his rebellion ticks, I'm sure it is disgusting damage. Do me a favor, send me a screenshot of. Actually, I could just look at his screen. I could just look at his stats here. I think I saw you talk in here somewhere. Missed there. Okay, I can just look here and see him. So he's at 292k strength. Let's. I mean, my numbers are gonna be a lot higher because I'm a higher level, but just looking at gold. Actually, I have no characters compared to yours because all my characters are really high. Lame. Yeah, that's insane, dude. That is so much strength. But anyways, let's do this. So I have 3% HP rolled here, and his HP is 2.56 mil. I'm gonna reroll this. We're gonna look at his HP again. Okay, no HP. Cool. Well, this HP right here, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. His HP went from 2.56 mil, 2.564. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so his HP didn't go down that much. Oh, it's because it's Ichigo, dude. It's because he doesn't have a high HP pool or health pool. Okay. But yeah, so refresh this one more time. So yeah, that's more like it since I didn't roll HP. So essentially it dropped about 10k. So his HP dropped about 10k. So that's it? 10k? Wow. So, oh, I actually have a lot of HP rolls here as well. So maybe it's not a good comparison. HP. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of HP rolls. But yeah, his HP is not going to be raised that much because he's not a HP specific character. He's damage, not. As you can see, we're talking 2.5 mil versus 4.1 mil. So if we were talking attack, though, attack's going to hit for a lot more. Let's see. No crit chance. Reroll again. That is only one. Roll again. Ooh, 6% damage reduction. That's a pretty good roll for damage reduction. So, Mist, if you're still here, the 6k roll on your, I'm sorry, not 6k, the 1900 roll on your attack is nice. But I'm thinking that you might want to re-roll that. That at least the 1900, 100% you want to re-roll the 1900. Because the 1900 roll, let's see if I can get another character that I have at 21. Let's see here. Perfect. Okay, so you see like this unit right here? She rolled attack as well. As you can see, mine rolled 1,961 attack, and yours rolled 1,916, but mine rolled an extra stat. So that's the difference, is the extra stat. So if you have a base number, such as 1,900, exactly, is a secondary. If you have a base number as, or a base stat, and then an add-on, cool. If you just have a regular stat like 1,900 attack, always reroll that. Always, always, always reroll that. But your hones are actually pretty solid, dude. Not gonna lie. You have an extra 6% crit chance. Yeah, those are pretty good rolls, dude. Honestly, I just keep them because you don't want to spend an extra like 50 just rerolling him once. So honestly, yeah, yours is probably fine. Like, these are the best hones I've ever rolled in my life right here. If you want to see these things, best rolls I've ever had in my entire life right here. I have anti-violence is crit resist, so I have two crit resist rolls. So I have 12.45% crit resist. I have an extra like 13% damage reduction. I have 6.21 effect resistance. So it's 6% less that things will affect me, like stun, freeze, etc. 6% less likely it's going to hit me, and an extra 4% block chance. As you can see, his War Souls, I have nothing as far as War Soul stats go. So these are his base stats right here. Check out these are his base stats. Crit resist base, 70.55 crit resist base. Again, base crit resist. I do have on a crit resist War Soul, but this is not calculated in. This is not calculated into his stats. Neither is this because it doesn't have anything on it. So almost 50% block chance, 70.55 crit resist, damage reduction rate, 62.5 base damage reduction rate. That's nuts. If I wanted to, I can remove this, put on a damage reduction morsel. Take a look at this now. Actually, do I have Byakuya? I don't even have Byakuya in there. Okay, now we'll take a look at the stats. I apologize. The stats are wrong. So, I apologize. Now his stats are correct. 93% damage reduction. 93% damage reduction. 73% block chance. 75% crit resist chance. Yeah. So again, this is buffed right here because I did put on the both his block chance and his damage reduction are buffed by about 20%. So 73% damage reduction and 53% block rate is base. But with the War Soul on, 73% block and 93% damage reduction. With a base 75.55 crit resist. 75. Yeah, these are the best hones I've ever rolled in my entire life right here. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, back to this. Damage reduction rate. That's an extra 6% damage reduction. Honestly, I'm going to reroll that. Damage reduction is nice, but I'm looking for crit chance. Crit rate, there it is. An extra 3.7% crit chance. So I have it at, is it Anniversary Byakuya worth building for a bleed team? he does get a little benefit off of bleed. I believe it is in his rage attack. He does get a little benefit off of. Let's see, where is he at? There he is. Just upgrade him real quick. So he does get a little benefit here, not much. Little benefit. Is it here? Attack increased. His attack is increased by 15.2%. Punishing battle versus Byakuya gains 2 layers of additionally increased crit chance. Okay, so no, it is his crit chance or his rage attack. Deals damage. Enemies under bleeding take additional damage equal to 40% of Anniversary Byakuya's attack. So he essentially gets an extra 40% damage. So, or not damage, not 40% damage. I mean 40% attack. So it would be. Let's toss on some more souls. Make him look pretty. Gotta have. There you go. That'll work. Attack War Soul. Do I have any Attack War Souls over here? Attack. Cool. Now granted I do not have his gear up here. I don't really want to spend anything on him right now. I'm waiting to do anything. Plus I only have 30 mil gold left, so 40% additional attack would be what? 100 and like 10k? 120k extra damage? An extra 120k. Where's my calculator at here? Let me change screens here. Scooch this down. There you go. So if I do an extra, let's just increase it because again, I don't have his gear up. So let's just say if I can get him to a status such as Kazushini. If I can get him to around the attack that Kazushini has. So let's just say an extra 200k attack. So he does an extra 40% of 435k. Let's just say is 200k. Not correct, but it's close. And then multiply that by 6 because you hit 6 units. You get an extra 1.2 million damage. You would get an extra 1.2 million damage off of his rage attack. Is that worth building a team comp around him? Is the question. Nah. But here's the thing also. We have to look at what kind of team comp we use him in. Okay. If we use him in a team comp that already has bleed on it, good. But if we don't, is it worth going out of our way and putting him in a bleed team comp? Let's take a look here. Typically, if I use Byakuya, I don't use him, but if I did use him, it should be right back here somewhere. If I did use him, I would use him in a one-shot team comp. One-shot team comp being something that looks a little like this. Team comp like that. And then, of course, I'd probably put Ichigo in here as well. There you go. So, I believe Ichigo does apply bleed. Let's double check that. I could be wrong. I believe he applies bleed. Attacks have a chance of additionally inflict bleeding on the attack target for 2 rounds. So he has a 43.97% chance to apply bleed. That's obviously low. We can get that up a little bit. He has a... let's just say a 50% chance. He has a 50% chance of applying bleed to each unit. So we could toss on a Grimjow Warsoul. I should probably play some music or something so it's not dead air. There you go. Alright, so we could toss on this Warsoul right here. Boost on 10%. Fury Rage Attack. Oh, no. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Fury. So, Rage Attack. When using Rage Attack, 50% chance to apply 1 layer of bleed to target for 1 turn. So, if we have this Warsoul on a unit such as... there you go. So, now he has a 50% chance of applying 1 stack of bleed here, and he has a 50% chance to apply 1 stack of bleed here. So, do the math. Math says about 75% chance. So he has about a 75% chance of applying bleed to every unit. And then we also have Tosin here, which does apply bleed, I believe, correct? Applies bleed to the target, reducing its defense by 20% for 2 rounds. Plus all this other good stuff we get down here as well. So it is very easy to get that to work. Does it stack or 20% chance? No, it stacks. It's 2 different chances of applying bleed twice. So you could get 0 or you could get 2 stacks. 50% chance goes off once, and then 50% chance goes off again. You could apply 2 stacks of bleed. However, Byakuya's Rage default applies bleed. This applies bleed to all units. Apply bleeding for 2 turns. Yeah. So we have that. Also, keep in mind that we do have Nell as well. Nell naturally spawns the entire team. Or, you know, when the battle starts, she applies one stack of bleed to the entire enemy team. Oh, shoot. Can we read this? We cannot read this. I apologize. So what this says, essentially, is the entire enemy team starts battle with one stack of bleed on them. So if you put Nell on the same team as Byakuya, let's just say you're trying to use Byakuya as an actual main unit. Let's check out a team comp that we can use with him. So I'd want to put 1 other unit on the team to reduce the rage. So let's go with this. We need Nell. Nell is 100% must. Now we need 1 more bird unit because we need the Soul Hall. So we can do... Kira helps a lot with crit chance and crit damage, so we can toss him in there. Now we need 1 tiger and 1 black tortoise. I would say... one of these 2 units. One of these 2 units you could use on the team. Whichever one you decide to use, cool. Take the other one out. Now we need a tiger. So we could use white Ichigo because he does apply bleed, but we don't need bleed now because we have Nell. So we need one other unit. I would suggest either Annie Rukia, because she shreds the back row, or if you're trying to go with a little more crit chance. Actually, Annie Rukia does the exact same thing. A little more rage. You can go with her. Neni. You can go with Renji for CC. You don't have Renji, though. You're not going to get Renji for a while. But you do have Rukia. And you do have Neni. So either one of these units are good. Rukia or Neni. Now that I think about it, let's change this, actually. I apologize. We'd want to put Unohana in there instead, actually. So Unohana will help you rage faster, and she will heal you a little bit. A little bit. And then Rukia or Nini will help you with crit chance, crit damage, as well as shredding the back row. And then you have Nell here. She applies the bleed and procs the bleed. And then you have Anniversary Byakuya to do just tons of damage. And then you have Yamamoto to keep the rage on the enemy unit down. But the problem with this team, big problem with this team, is it's extremely squishy. So this might be better. This or this. I would probably say this. This is not a bad team comp. Let's see, if you started 2 weeks ago, I think you have Nell. Let me check. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. No, you don't have Nell. Oh, you do have Nell. Cool. Okay. You probably got Nell, like, as soon as she started. Or as soon as you started, you probably got Nell. I was gonna say, you might have missed Nell by, like, a day or two. But yeah. Great. She's super solid. Very, very solid. Let's go back here. What is this all about? You're level 69. Giggity. So you will be getting soul halls here very soon if you haven't already gotten them. Yeah, you should already have soul halls. Cool. Alright, anyways, back to Ichigo. So we have two crit... Only one crit chance or roll. And... I do need to bring up his rage damage there. This is probably worth keeping here, but I'm going to roll one more time. Yeah, another time. 1.1% crit rate. Ew. 75.1% crit rate. Did he not get a benefit from that? He didn't get the benefit for the crit rate. So yeah. 3.71, he does not get that benefit. I wonder where this goes to. It's okay. So they have this wrong. Oh my goodness, that sucks. All right, so I hate to tell you this, but your Muramasa rolls are wrong. The crit rate that you have isn't actually crit rate or crit chance. Because I just re-rolled this. Watch. I'll test it here, okay? I'll test it. This sucks that I have to do this, but 3.71 crit chance. I'm gonna take this off. Let me just double check here. Yeah. So watch this. If you're still watching, Mist, this is kind of slightly important here. Because it hurts you a lot. It hurts me too, but... Okay, so do you see this? Look at the stats real quick. Do you see how his crit rate or crit chance here is 75.1? And then his break rate or his block pierce chance is 42.44. Okay. I think... Let's see here. Alright, I'm going to re-roll this crit rate right here. Again, just a quick refresher. 75.1, 42.44. Alright, so I gained 3.77 crit chance. So again, my crit chance was 75.1. Remember that? And I just got more crit chance. Okay, let's take a look at it. 75.1. But yet his block pierce chance went up. So this must be an extreme oversight. Yeah. They messed up. Block pierce chance is labeled crit rate. So this crit chance, these two crit chance rolls right here are not crit chance. I gain 0 crit from this. This is block pierce. So I gain an extra 4.9 block pierce. Not crit chance. Again, 75.1 is what I'm at. Let's reroll this one more time. Another crit rate roll. You'll see that my crit chance stayed the same, but my block pierce dropped. So, crit rate, labeled crit rate is block pierce. However, the crit chance. Oh man, I have crit rate on here as well. This, however, these Chinese characters right here, though. Yeah, for all units. So you see these 3 Chinese characters right here? These 3 Chinese characters are crit chance. Crit rate 6%. So I have an extra 8% crit chance here. But this right here is only 1.4% block pierce. So, yeah. Sorry, dude. That's bad news for you. I mean, it sucks for me too, because I had 2 crit rate hones rolled for him. I had crit rate rolled here. Ugh, I have crit rate rolled on him. I have crit... Oh my gosh, I have so much crit rate. These are all block pierce chance, not crit rate. That super sucks, dude. Alright, I don't have any crit rate here. So yeah, Yeah, I do have it. Pretty unfortunate, but... Yeah, so... And I wasted so many Omnis. Oof, that sucks. Alright, well, I'll reroll this a couple more times. Oh, nice! Look at that! Double crit chance roll. Let's go! Look at this. Okay, I just saved myself here. 1 roll, I got 8% crit chance. So now, his crit chance is going to go up from 75.1 to 83.33. 83.33. 83.33. Okay. So, I'm sorry to tell you, unfortunately, your crit rate rolls for Muramasa sucks, dude, because Muramasa really needs crit chance. Yeah. Okay, so it's not bad. I can reroll this, though. Where is it at? I can reroll this, though. That is crit damage. That's, yeah. But I want to keep those. It's not worth rolling 40. Whatever, it's fine. This is... That's not bad. 7% damage rate. 6% damage reduction. 5% crit chance. Wow. This one's not bad. Alright. Anyways, Alright, so... since I'm still recording, I gotta go over the actual skills now. Master skill deals damage to a single enemy, restores 300 rage, increases crit chance by 25%. This crit rate should be the same. When this says crit rate, this is actually crit rate. Crit chance by 25%, lasting 2 rounds. So gain 30% of your rage back, and 25% crit chance. That's really, really good if you can get his mastery skill. Let's go ahead and take a look here at his passive, because his passive is very important here. Increased damage rate by 12.2%. That's built into his sheet. So he has an extra damage rate. Where's that? Damage rate right here. 83.5% damage rate. Very, very strong. Very, very strong. And then, of course, his rage attack, which is where everything comes from. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish this. When your team acts for each enemy roll with a debuff, gain 10% crit rate until end of turn. So, okay, so this is worded very oddly. I'll explain this in English. When you start your turn, your round, for each enemy that has a debuff on them, such as bleed, poison, burn, each enemy that has a debuff on them, you gain an extra 10% crit chance. So, if you can put a character like Yamamoto and have his runes awakened, or Nell, because she starts the enemy round off with debuffs on the enemy, you instantly get an extra 60% crit chance. An extra 60% crit chance. So this, we're just going to add straight to his sheet, because I'm never going to start a team off, or never have a team with Ichigo on it without a debuff on the enemy. So his sheet, for me, his sheet reads, I have an extra 143.3% crit chance. That is what Ichigo's sheet reads to me. 143% crit chance. And then if he gets his rage attack to go off, he's going to have 168.3% crit chance. So nobody's going to have 80+% crit resist. So it should be 100% crit chance. Whatever he touches will crit. Unless you're going against Sodeno. Sodeno has a chance to reduce it to 0. But even if they have 100% block chance, you're still guaranteed to crit, because your crit is going to outweigh their block. So remember that. Your crit is going to outweigh their block. You will crit even if they have 100% block. Finishing up here. Deals damage to his rage attack. Deals damage to the enemy row. This should say column, because a row is like the front row, the back row. That is a row. A column is 2. A row is 3. So this reads wrong again. Deals damage to an enemy column. Deals additional 40% damage to the target with the HP with the target or HP above 50%. When target has a debuff on them, which they will, this skill's crit damage is increased by 60%. So what we're looking at here is 60% crit damage increase, 60% crit chance increase, and then with the mastery skill, we have 85% crit chance. And, of course, when he uses his rage attack, an extra 40% damage as well. So, what we're seeing here is we can get up to 168.3% crit chance and 93% crit strength and 123% crit. 123% damage rate. This is just off of Ichigo. Just off of one character, you're getting all this. He doesn't need the enemy to have all kinds of crazy attacks and stuff on that. He just needs all the units to have one debuff on them. And he gets all of this. So again, if you want to use Ichigo on a team, make sure he is in a team that has a unit with burn, bleed, poison on them. Before I do it, let's go ahead and actually show you Yamamoto, just so you guys don't think I'm crazy. So, when you have... Oh my gosh, this is so messy. At the end of each turn, take... no, that's not it. Each turn, 5%. Specific. At the start of... Okay, here it is. So, when you have... When do I unlock runes for him? You'll probably unlock runes here in a couple weeks. I'd assume it probably takes... Actually, you should be getting them like any day. It should be very, very soon. You get runes very, very soon. I think it's like 70 or 80 or something like that. Level 70. You should get them really, really soon. If you actually want a perfect time frame, actually, do I have a video? I might have a video going over this. I'll show you here in one sec. Let me finish my little spiel here for the video, and then I'll check it out for you. So, Yamamoto, when the round starts, because it starts on an odd number round. 1 is an odd number. So, as soon as the round starts, he will apply 1 layer of burn to all enemies, as long as he has all 6 awaken runes. You start off the game with 1 layer or 1 stack of burn on the entire enemy team. Again, we just talked about it a minute ago. Same with Nell. I can't read this gibberish, but this says you start off the round, or start off the battle with 1 round or 1 stack of bleed on the enemy, which is the debuff. Both of those are debuffs, so put either one of those units on Ichigo's team. Let's go ahead and make a team here really quickly here. And then we can, then I'll help you out. Mist. So what we are looking here is we need Nell. There she is. We need Nell, or we need Yamamoto. Either one of these 2 units will do. Again, you need 6 runes if you have Yamamoto. You just need Nell at 6 star. It would be pretty good to have Nell in there. That way you have a soul haul. But you could work it in either way. Also, another unit that could help you out is Baragon as well. Because when enemies attack Baragon, they have a chance of receiving poison. So that's a debuff. If they attack Baragon, they will be poisoned, and that's a debuff, which will help Ichigo out. But again, it wouldn't go off until a round or 2 in, so wouldn't work. Now we need a front row. Front row, we can run with 1 of 2 units, I'd suggest. We need 1 a healer, or 2 rage reduction / damage reduction. Both of these units give that. So we could run 2 Black Tortoise. We would just have to drop Yamamoto out. With that, we can toss in... we could toss in a Tiger unit. So with a Tiger unit... we can run Nini, because when you crit a unit, you get rage back. And if we have Ichigo at over 160% crit chance, every time Ichigo attacks, especially if it's a mastery skill, he's going to be getting pretty much all of his rage back instantly. So, we can run Nini out here, probably run Nini there. And now we need 1 more bird. Again, we have a couple options here. If you want to run another dot unit, just in case for some reason you can't run Nell on the team and you need dots, you can run Ash Sugajizo. He will apply poison. If you don't want to do that, we have other options. You can run a Heineko. That way she gives you a little bit of extra healing reduction and damage reduction for the front row, and a little bit of CC cleanse for your team as well. For that same reason, you can run, of course, Rangiku. However, you also have an option of running somebody like Shinji. Shinji does multiple things. He will reduce the damage reduction, or he will increase the damage reduction of your back row, along with along with Aizen as well. So you'll have an extra about 30% damage reduction for your back row with these two units. You'll have a Soul Hall, which is an extra 40% damage reduction. So this is not bad. You probably want to run it like this, though. What else? You could run... Not everybody will have Shunsui, but Shunsui is an option there. If you want, you can run Rage Reduction here as well. Rage Reduction always helps. Honestly, we don't have a Soul Hall, do we? Oh yeah, we do have a Soul Hall, it's just not active. So we could run this. We would just have to remove Aizen for another bird. So that. We can also run something like this as well. It's kind of... It's a little off, but it works. You get the best benefit from Ichigo. You get healing from Orihime. You get rage reduction from 2 units. I'd probably suggest this maybe. You get rage increase from 2 units. Both Ichigo and Nini, you get rage. You get huge burst damage from Ichigo. The only problem I have with this team is Ichigo is probably not... He is not enough damage because he would only hit 1 column. So, but a team like this is totally okay to use. I would show you guys some team comps from World Championship, but unfortunately, not a lot of people use Ichigo. Very, very, very few people use Ichigo in World Championship. Because he is so specific. You have to have a dot unit on your team. And a lot of people don't understand that Yamamoto provides dots at the beginning of the round. And people want to use Nell on their soy phone team. So, but that is that. Best team comp I would suggest is probably running Nell. But again, running Nell with soy phone is probably the better bet. You just have to decide which of those 2 units you'd want to run. Or you could just not have Ichigo do tons of damage round 1. And kind of cross your fingers and hope that, you know, round 2 or 3 when he rages, he can do a lot of damage. But that's going to wrap that up. All right.